Hi, this is James Sedley. Welcome back to the Living in Naples channel. As I've spoken about in prior videos, homeowners and flood insurance has become an increasingly important factor to weigh when considering Southwest Florida real estate decisions. In related events, insurers have become insolvent and or pulled out of the state voluntarily. Rates have risen dramatically and policies have been harder to come by seemingly with each passing month. And in today's video, I'm going to share some updates from the recently concluded special session of the Florida legislature that was focused almost exclusively upon alleviating some of these interconnected changes and challenges that have been going on. So before diving in, though, allow me to thank you for tuning in, liking, subscribing, and sharing, and wish you a very happy and safe holiday season. This will probably be the last video for 2022, but I look forward to seeing you again early in 2023. So with that, what are the highlights of the bills that were passed by the Florida legislature last week and signed into law by Governor DeSantis just a few days ago? Number one, there was the elimination of one-way attorney fees. One-way attorney fees allowed homeowners as policyholders to sue insurance companies and recoup their attorney fees from the insurance companies as part of the proceedings. If the insurer won in court, they could not similarly require the homeowner to pay for the insurer's attorneys. The argument here is that this led to both increased and unwarranted litigation, as well as resulting higher costs, thus driving a vicious circle of higher premiums passed on to everyone. So those have been eliminated. Number two was the elimination of assignment of benefits. AOB, as it's routinely called, and its elimination was similar to the one-way fees. Under AOB, homeowners could assign their insurance benefits to a contractor who then negotiated with or sued the insurance company directly. Again, the intended effect of eliminating this option is that the amount of litigation and costs of settlements will decrease, and in turn, so will policy premiums. And in parallel, more insurers will be willing to write policies in the state as the risks and costs of litigation decline. So in this case, perhaps a virtuous cycle of greater competition leading to lower rates will ensue. At least that's the intent. That brings us to number three, and that's bolstering reinsurance. While a bit more complex, this change essentially amounts to increased access to reinsurance funds, essentially insurance for the insurance companies in the event of natural disasters, which is aimed at keeping insurance companies solvent and encouraging more insurers to write policies in the state by lowering their risks, thus increasing competition and lowering costs to the ultimate consumer, the policyholder. That brings us to number four, and that was shrinking the Citizens Property Insurance. Citizens, the government-operated insurer of last resort in Florida, now has over 1.13 million policies. That's more than double the number just 2 years ago. Through various changes, this legislation makes an effort to shrink the number of Citizens-issued policies, thus increasing the total market available to private insurers, leading to that intended virtuous cycle again of more insurers and more competition in a free market that has been de-risked somewhat per the prior measures that I've mentioned. As one example of how this migration back to private insurers is to happen, Citizens policyholders today won't be able to renew their coverage if they receive private insurer coverage offers within 20% of Citizens premium costs. The bill also phases in a requirement that Citizens customers buy flood insurance, which is not included in other homeowners policies or not included as a requirement in private insurer policies, although often a very good idea depending upon where you're located in the state and your level of risk tolerance. There were also some changes related to claim timelines that are worth being aware of. First, the deadline for policyholders to report a claim under the policy has been reduced from 2 years to 1 year for a new or reopened claim, and from 3 years to 18 months for a supplemental claim. Second, the legislation reduces the time for insurers to A, pay or deny a claim from 90 to 60 days, and B, review and acknowledge a claim communication from 14 days to 7 days, and finally C, to begin an investigation from 14 days to 7 days and conduct a physical inspection from 45 days to 30 days. So just tightening up the timelines and creating a quicker turnaround that hopefully will give everyone a little more sense of where things are and what the ultimate resolution will be. In summary, then, this legislation is aimed at encouraging more insurers and more competition in the private insurance market in Florida, thus stemming and hopefully reversing the tide of skyrocketing premiums and limited availability of coverage. Even the staunchest proponents of these moves acknowledge this isn't going to happen overnight, but these steps seem to be moves in the right direction, even with the risk of tipping the balance a bit to the Goliath of the insurers versus the Davids of individual homeowners. That said, even with that tipping, if you, like me, experience the door-to-door salesman of contractors after every named storm telling you that they could get you a new roof even if you may not have needed one, you may agree something needed to be done. Hopefully this will help lower the total cost of ownership in Southwest Florida, which would be a good thing for buyers and sellers alike and for the overall market as a result, in my opinion. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, for subscribing, sharing, and liking, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, which, barring any major developments, again, is likely to be after the first of the year. Hope you have a joyous and safe holiday season, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Please do not hesitate to reach out anytime between now and then. I'm definitely going to be working over the holidays, so I would be very happy to help you or someone you know with your real estate needs in Southwest Florida. Thanks so much.